Welcome back. Staying on the turf, it's time for Coach Talk here on Midco Sports tonight, starting with the University of North Dakota. For more from Grand Forks, here's Alex Heinert.
Welcome inside the High Performance Center here on the campus of the University of North Dakota. Alongside me, the head coach of UND football, Bubba Schweigert, and coach getting the season off on a good note last week in Salt Lake City. Not the end result that you were hoping for, but still a 37-16 defeat to the number 25 team in FBS. A lot of positives to take from that game against Utah.
Well, there were positives. I felt like, and our staff felt like we handled the environment very well. You know, it was their 45th sellout in a row, and we got in there and got off to a good start, forced a turnover early, got up on them, and held the lead throughout the first quarter, and then, you know, a late drive in the first half to stay within one score at halftime. So a lot of positives to come out from the game.
Yeah, make no mistake, I mean, you were in this football game really until that late interception gave them a chance to make it a 3-score contest. But talk about how pleased you were with just the belief that this team could go in there and pull off an upset that really showed throughout this contest.
Well, I liked our mood on Wednesday evening. I think the guys were really focused and ready to put forth great effort. And we ask our team each and every week to play with great effort the entire game, and I felt we did that. You know, our guys kept battling, and, you know, the touchdown drive when we got it to within 11 with, you know, there's about 14 minutes left in the game. So we're in the fourth quarter and have it a 2-score game, had a good stand, held them to a field goal to keep it a 2-possession game, and then, you know, the unfortunate turnover and became a 3-score game, and then the result was never in doubt after that.
Some people might look at the box score and see, and Utah rolled up 499 yards of total offense. Now we only had 51 yards rushing. Just tell us why, though, people shouldn't be concerned about those numbers from game one.
Well, you know, it's concerning. We felt we could play better, assignment-wise and execution-wise, but we knew it was going to be difficult to run the football against Utah. They're very strong up front on defense. And then on the other side of the ball, we want to play better against the run, and just felt like we could do that, and we're going to need to make some corrections to do that, because the real telltale sign of the game was that stat, the rushing yards allowed and the rushing yards that we attained, because then that turned over time of possession, and when we're playing well, we're going to win the time of possession battle.
This week now you return home, first game of the season in the Alerus Center. Obviously the Potato Bowl, a lot of hype coming up for this team to get back to Grand Forks. You take on a Missouri State team that played in Columbia against Missouri of the SEC and surrendered 72 points but scored 43 of their own. What do you make of that Bears team and their performance last week against the Tigers?
Well, I'm very impressed with their football team. You know, it's obviously tough to defend Mizzou. They're loaded with talent, and especially at the skill positions, but on the flip side, Missouri State is a very talented football team. I think as we look at them, we've got to have a really good, solid week of preparation, because they're going to be coming in here hungry for a win with a lot of confidence after their performance last weekend.
Yeah, when people think of Missouri State, they think back to your first year in charge back in 2014. You went down to Springfield and they got you 38-0, and obviously a lot has changed in the last 3 years. How would you think, when you assess just the growth of this program, what are some of the biggest tangible differences from that team back then to what you'll put onto the field on Saturday?
Well, you know, right now we have a belief and an understanding of how we want to play football on offense and defense, and we've improved our roster. So that helps us a great deal. You know, we went down there and they had opened up their new stadium, which they really did a nice job of that renovation, and it was a close game at halftime, and in the second half we were pretty much overwhelmed and didn't make any plays, and they made a lot of plays. But it's a new coaching staff for them, and a lot has changed for us. So we expect a really good, fun college football atmosphere and game on Saturday afternoon.
The Bears again coming to town, Missouri State against North Dakota, 4 p.m. at the Alerus. A game you can watch on Midco Sports Network, but you really should be in the house if you can be. Bubba, thanks again for the time. Best of luck coming up on Saturday afternoon.
Thank you, Alex.
Bubba Schweigert, head coach of UND football.
All right, thank you, Alex and Coach Schweigert. A lot of bright spots to take from Salt Lake City, but we're all looking forward to that home opener. You can catch that live right here on Midco SN Saturday at 4 p.m. When we come back, we're going south on I-29 to Vermillion. Midco SN's Jay Elson sits in with Coyote football head coach Bob Nielsen to break down this past weekend's game. You're watching Midco Sports Tonight.